Details about what the Secretary of State calls health attacks on American diplomats in Cuba. The symptoms include hearing loss and speech problems. The Associated Press reports some incidents happened in certain rooms, even certain areas inside those rooms, with laser-like specificity. One diplomat described hearing a blaring, grinding noise in bed, then said he moved just a few feet away and the noise stopped. U.S. officials told the Associated Press the facts and the physics just don't add up. The AP State Department correspondent Josh Letterman co-wrote that article, and he joins me now. Josh, and I read your article. It's fascinating. And what I'm curious about, is there any rational explanation by any of the reporting that you've done about what's going on here?
Here's the challenge. There are rational explanations for parts of what investigators have discovered. There is no rational explanation they've been able to come up with that explains all of it, because you have now 21 Americans who have been confirmed affected by this, and they have different symptoms. They report different experiences, hearing different sounds, as some of them didn't hear anything, didn't feel anything. And so investigators have been unable to come up with a pattern that explains, okay, this device would have caused all of those things. So they have theories. They've looked at infrasound, ultrasound, microwaves, other types of devices that could possibly cause this, but they haven't been able to come up with a single theory that really fits.
And the thing is, Josh, I mean, just for context for our viewers here, the initial belief was that maybe they were using some kind of sonic device and they were targeting these housing units for the U.S. envoys. They were targeting them. But now you have the doctor saying, look, sonic devices can't cause concussions. They can't cause this type of damage. So there has to be something else in the mix here. Is that a fair assessment?
It is. Sound waves bounce off of your body. The exception to that, obviously, is the ears, which evolved to be able to vibrate and pick up sound. But you really don't see any research suggesting that sound waves cause the kinds of brain injury that we have been seeing and that doctors have confirmed. So that is one of the key reasons that the initial explanation doesn't seem to fully fit. That having been said, we should be careful to note that investigators have not ruled out a sonic device. The FBI has gone down to Havana. They've searched a lot of these facilities to look for some type of device. But the thing you mentioned at the onset about how this is narrowly targeting parts of rooms where you could literally walk in and out of the sound beams also suggests that this wasn't just some type of speaker that would be in the room. As we all know, a speaker, the sound goes everywhere. And so investigators are looking at something far different.
Right, but then you look at these things, Josh, and you say, well, okay, but the experts say you can do that. You can target somebody's bed if you want to, but if you're going to do that, the device you're talking about is fairly substantial, and hiding something like that or moving something like that back and forth would not be easily hidden.
That's right. It's something that would have been relatively conspicuous both to the people who are experiencing these symptoms and to FBI investigators who have all kinds of equipment, know what they're looking for, and have thoroughly searched and can't come up with anything that really demonstrates this. It's not the kind of thing where you could have had a device that was hidden in another building across the street, because those sound waves wouldn't really be able to go through walls like that.
I'm not trying to go all spy novel-esque on you here, Josh, but are we kind of nearing this whole, hey, is this some kind of espionage thing gone bad moment, or what are the real good minds saying about this?
Certainly a espionage operation that went awry somehow, some new listening devices, something that investigators are still looking at. But the smartest people on this, the people who have taken the closest look, are saying there's no explanation. And that's why now, almost a year after symptoms were first reported, investigators are still unable to say what was causing this. And as we have learned, there was another incident just in the last month. So this appears to be something that is continuing to be a risk for U.S. diplomats serving in Cuba.
Yeah, and it's not just U.S. diplomats. There's some Canadian diplomats also affected by this. Josh Letterman with the AP. Josh, thank you.